No, but for real, like when I say I get it, trust me, I get how you're feeling, because applying to jobs is literally a job in itself, and it takes so damn long to apply to jobs sometimes. And so what I've been doing is, instead of just cold applying, I'm focusing on a few really good, strong, quality applications a week where, I'm personalizing my resume, my cover letter, all of that, getting those referrals, just, doing all of that, and just really taking my time with these applications. And so, yes, it's time consuming, especially when you already have a job. And so the motivation for me is like, if I want a better job, I just have to put the time in and just like do it. So it does take out, a few hours out of my week, but I think it's definitely worth it.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Yo, I just got out of an interview. I feel like applying for jobs is a job by itself, and some of these jobs don't be making no type of sense, and it's unorganized. Why in the fuck did I have to do 3 job applications for the same job? I did one on Indeed. I did one on the company's website. You tell me I gotta do one again in person? Damn! It's like you don't want me to have the job at this point. Just don't give it to me. Just keep it. Dang, unorganized. What do they want?
Not even gonna lie to y'all, bro. Gen Z is cooked. Now, hold on, stay with me here. I have a family member who works with this one guy, right? And this one guy that he works with, he has a very robust background in finance and accounting. So he knows a lot of C-suite prominent people in a lot of big bulge banks and financial institutions. And he said something to my family member that was very interesting, that explains why a lot of Gen Zers are having such a hard time finding jobs right now, especially in the corporate world. Now, he told my family member that a lot of the people that he knows at these corporate companies are purposely firing and not hiring Gen Zers. Now, their assumed rationale of this and why they don't want to hire Gen Zers is because they think that Gen Zers are only willing to do the bare minimum needed for role responsibilities, and they're not willing to work hard towards whatever the role responsibilities are. Overall, they think that Gen Zers are just lazy and not willing to basically sell our souls to the companies that we work for. And it's fascinating to me how there's still a large portion of people who are in the workforce discriminating against people of a specific age due to their willingness to work, which is absurd. So anybody over the age of 60 who tries to tell us you guys don't know what it is to work a real job, to work real hours, you guys are getting the easy way out with AI and all these extra tools that you have to your disposal, my response to that is shut the hell up, because y'all are not living in an economy where inflation continues to rise, mortgage and rents continue to rise, and we're getting discriminated against because of our age, bro.
Bro, I can't even get a job, bro. I went to the car dealership, bro. I got the job, but I'm not gonna be making no money. They told me I had to take like 100-some tests before I could even get to start to sell a car for Ford. And I gotta take 100-some more tests so I could sell a car for Nissan. So when I was up there, I was thinking, me and this man, we were talking like, bro, this job not it, bro. So I went on break and I never showed back up. But I'm putting all these applications in. I can't get a job, bro. I need a job so I can support my dreams, my goals, what I want to do. Y'all see, if you watch this video, just go look on my page. I'll see what I want to do. I need to buy stuff. I need to buy monitors. I need to buy a chair. There's like little stuff that I got to get right, bro, so I can really turn up. And I need to buy some Wi-Fi.
Job search update. The place I went to for the serving job is not hiring. They were super nice and recommended me to other places, but they're all closed today. I walked into a boutique because I figured, well, why not go shopping after not getting a job? And asked if they were hiring, and they said that I can fill out their online application. So another day, no job. Basically, I just need y'all to make me famous so that I don't have to worry about finding a job.
Why is the job market so bad right now? I've been trying to find a job. I'm a certified phlebotomist. I need to get into the medical field. Like, what is going on? Why is it so hard? And it's like right when I turned 22, like as soon as you adult, that's when life starts lifing. And it's like,
am I the only one that been looking for a job and everybody acting like they don't want to hire nobody? Ain't nobody contacting me back or nothing. Like, somebody let me know something, because I'm gonna crash out.
Y'all, isn't
it just me, or like finding a job is hard? Like, this is like my first, like, I got my first real job or whatever. It's cool, like, I really enjoyed it, but now they're talking about they're cutting hours. Like, what? This is why this is gonna be my first. I'm thinking about it to be my last job, because I don't know, maybe take this content creation more seriously, because cutting hours, like, that's the whole point of me getting a job and working. And like, I really don't understand it, because like, this is, like I said, this is my first real job, like big girl job, like first real job. So it's like cutting hours, like my first job, and then you talking about cutting hours. So now I'm about to have to look for something else. I'm so tired of looking for jobs, y'all. But I don't know, maybe this guy is really telling me you just need to take your content creation journey seriously, and you just need to post, because I don't got time. Like, I don't have no out. Like, what are you talking about, cutting hours? So everybody getting hours but me.
Hey y'all, hey, and this is just to recap what I was saying in my earlier video. If you are actively searching for a job in this job market, and you are of a minority like myself, how y'all feel? You let me know how you feel, because right now I'm feeling like this is definitely part of Trump's administration. Like, they're doing, because of the fact there's no way that I have been looking for a job since after Valentine's Day. I have gone on several interviews. Baby, I have been told like, oh, you've set the bar really high, right? And y'all still don't call me back. And then when I go back to look at the job posting and who you hired over me, is a lady that looked like this. And I'm not to say that the lady who looked like this is not qualified for the position, but for you to tell me as an interviewer or the VP of the department, like, oh my God, I'm so impressed, you set the bar really high, and then go with another candidate, I'm just concerned. So people who looking for a job, who are a minority, y'all tap in and let me know how y'all feeling throughout this job search, in this economy, in this market, because I'm confused and worried just a little bit. But I trust in the Lord, and I know He will make a way. But y'all let me know in the comment section below how y'all feel, because yeah, I feel
So media and news outlets and everybody is starting to catch on that the job market is ass. Okay, it's ass. We've been telling you guys this for at least over a year, that the job market is ass. The job market in 2024 was ass. And I was a product of the job market during that time. And currently right now in 2025, I am still a product of the job market right now. Okay, it is ass. Nobody is hiring. No one is getting hired. And then everybody is going through hoops and double dutch and all this other bullshit in order to get a fucking job, just to turn around and be ghosted and not hear from nobody. The job market is ass. And then yesterday I came across a video on Instagram with a guy saying that people with a degree, it's more likely hard for them to get a job compared to people without a degree. I have a whole ass degree, and here I am struggling to even get a fucking job within anything. Corporate, retail, whatever. It is so fucking hard for me to get a job with my college fucking degree. It is ridiculous. And they need to do something about this, because in a minute, everybody is going to be unemployed at this point. I never understood the reports of everybody like the job market is doing so good and woo woo woo. No, the fuck is not. It's not fucking doing good. The job market right now is ass. It is ass.
The main reason why the media likes to lie about the real facts is to stop a crisis. That is the first rule of managing a crisis, is that they come out with lies just to stop a thing from happening. They always lie, and the truth is always misrepresented. And your experience is the truth. If you have had a hard time applying for jobs, that is your truth. And a lot of people can relate, which means that is the overall truth. And no, it is not just you. It is an overall job market experience for students, for everybody in general. Everybody is going through it. And I know how tough it is to find a job. I went through it. And they create these stories and stick with these stories until it is just obvious to everybody involved that things are not okay. Then, and only then, they will say that, okay, things are actually bad out here. That's the only time. If not, they will continue to lie to avoid a crisis.
I need businesses to go back to around the COVID times and start being more accepting of remote employees, because the opposite is happening and it's really not working for me. As of January 31st, I became unemployed. I chose to resign back in December because I knew that I was going to be moving to Florida. I was willing to take the risk. I was like, I'll find a job in time, but nobody told me how hard it was going to be. I have a biomedical engineering degree and I've been working in the medical device industry under test and systems engineering ever since I started my career. So about like 4 years now. I sent in my resignation letter. I knew that my last day was going to be January 31st. My job worked with me to be able to work remotely for a month. I'm terrified because I have type 1 diabetes, hence I need my benefits and I need them to be affordable or I literally will not be able to exist anymore. Mind you, I have not formally gone through a job application process like post-college because I interviewed for my internship with the company that I ended up getting full-time with before my senior year of college, hence why I've not touched my resume in like over 3 years, which was so not ideal for the situation that I'm in. And it also gave me a very, very different idea of like how difficult this was going to be. Fast forward, I'm applying for jobs. I did my resume. I revamped everything. I'm looking at jobs day in and day out for the past week. And let me just say, my blind optimism is really taking a turn because I went from thinking like, you know what, it's going to be fine. Like I have a good resume. I'm qualified, this and that. The problem is there's literally like no remote opportunities. And the reason I can't just go and apply to things in Tampa is because I have a short-term lease. Like my personal life goal is to be able to move around for short-term leases in the near future. And I don't want to have to find a new job every single time I want to move. So here we are needing remote work, needing benefits, needing a plan, and I have literally nothing. Like I don't know what to do. I've applied to all these different things. Really, there's a limit of how many remote opportunities there are for somebody in my field of engineering. So if anybody has any ideas of a remote work opportunity that allows you to make good money and qualifies you for health benefits or just pays you enough so that you can afford health benefits externally, please let me know because your girl is freaking out.
Okay, I just finished the career fair. It was my first ever like in-person marketing event and I don't really know how it went. I went in there and all the companies were doing a brief overview of, you know, what they're looking for and stuff. And then we were able to walk around and talk to everyone and hand out resumes. And I did all those things and I definitely met good people, I think, and people that I think I had a good connection with, and I added them on LinkedIn. And so I'm hoping those kind of go somewhere. I need this to go somewhere. In the last couple months, I have done probably 7 initial recruiter interviews and then 3 like second round interviews. I did 1 final round interview and then they ended up going with the other person. And then I have a couple more interviews coming up and I'm just like interviewing and it is just so mentally exhausting to be doing all of that and feeling like you're not getting anywhere and feeling like what you have to offer is not good enough. I'm at the point where I just want to give up, and I know I obviously can't do that, but I am so like mentally and emotionally exhausted from talking to recruiters and reaching out to recruiters and doing all the things that I need to do. But anyway, I'm gonna go get some food and cry.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Sorry, not sorry, I have to say it. This is exactly why you can't find a job. If you didn't know, because I found this out recently, there are recruiters for jobs. They hire people to investigate your social media presence because they want to see what type of person you are outside of work. Although that shouldn't really be a factor. We shouldn't be grown adults coming onto social media with our full government name on our profile and then proceeding to dance in bikinis to songs with every cuss word in the book. I'm not trying to be judgmental. You do you. Like I said, you're an adult. But you have to look at it from a recruiter standpoint. If you owned a business or a company and you were looking to hire a great, mature, kind, caring, professional employee, would you pick you based on the content you post? No judgment, just be mature and be mindful.
Can someone please explain why the job market is as bad as it is right now? Example, I just spent over an hour updating my resume, writing a cover letter for a job that I am very qualified for. And so I made sure I took my time to show those qualifications in the resume and in the cover letter for a company that I would really like to work for. and I submit the application, and not 45 minutes later, I have a rejection email. Did anyone look at it? Did anyone even care to look at it? It had to have passed ATS, hence why I spent so long updating everything. So what's really are they just internal jobs and they're just posting them for everyone else to see just for shits and giggles? Just to see who all will apply and then immediately reject them because it's an internal job and they already had someone else in mind? What's going on? Y'all, I've been unemployed since the end of October 2024. I have submitted, I don't even know how many applications. And I have had a total of third one is scheduled for next week. 3 interviews. 3. What's going on? I'm there's not much left of me here. There's not much left where I can keep doing this and trying to survive. I'm so tired. Anybody else? Also, to add insult to injury, because that's just what life does, I haven't had any unemployment been given to me by the state of Florida this whole time. But no one will tell me why, or let me speak to anybody who's in that department, but that they're supposed to be working on it and to give it time and to keep submitting my unemployment claims. Someone make it make sense, please.
I feel like if I don't talk about this, I'm going to explode. Okay, here's why you feel like a company doesn't care about you. It's probably less of a company doesn't care about you, but it's probably because of this one thing. It's called shareholder primacy. It is the theory that says companies have a legal obligation to maximize their shareholder profits. Companies have a legal obligation to maximize shareholder profits, meaning if there is anything that's happening in the market, be it macro, micro, within the workplace that is doing anything to hinder shareholders from maximizing their profits, that thing has got to go. All of us who are getting laid off right now, we are getting in the way of maximizing shareholder value. So we're being let go. Laying people off is unfortunately being used as a strategic business move to line profits for the shareholder. Guess what you as an employee are not? You are not a profit-making entity. You are an expense. You are literally an expense to the company. So if they feel that they do not need you as an expense anymore, they no longer need your services, you're out. You're out. And it's a business transaction. No feelings hurt. But that's why it's so important to treat yourself like a business when you are signing up these contracts with companies. It's not that they don't care about you. It's that they literally have a legal obligation to somebody else, something much bigger than you. Once you understand that, you will stop crying and feeling attacked by companies. Does it suck? Yes, capitalism is one of the worst things that has probably ever happened to humanity. But this is a runaway train that neither myself or you can stop. So while we're in it, while this system is still going, we have to use it to our advantage. So understand shareholder primacy, understand your place in a business, understand your work, and clock out. Take your PTO. That's it.
Not trying to complain or anything, but I don't want to work this job anymore, y'all. I don't want to work this job anymore. Like, being an assistant is so fucking exhausting and annoying. And you don't get paid enough, honestly. Like, you just don't get paid enough for the amount of work that you do. And I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired. I've been applying to jobs literally for like over 6 months. And y'all, I've had it all. I've had the interviews, I've had the ghosting, I've literally had like every experience you can think of. And still nothing. So at this point, please pray for your girl. And if anyone knows anyone that needs a content creator or a social media assistant, please let me know. Thank you.
I have a question for you guys. Is your family helping you to find a job? And if so, are they patient with you or not? Are they aware that things are extremely hard for most people right now? Or are they expecting you to have a job in a short amount of time? Which one is it? They expected me to have a job in a few months, and it took me a year and a half. It is not in my control or my hands anymore. I have done everything. I have used all the advice I got. I changed everything. I did my part. At some point, if I don't get a job, it's not my fault anymore. And a lot of the times, people blame you for things that are outside your control, especially when it comes to job. Finding a job is not easy. A lot of people have a hard time, especially in 2025. It is not easy whatsoever. Families have to be a lot more empathetic in this area.
Sorry, but why is getting a job so hard nowadays? Like, I am redundant. So today was my last working day of my job. And I have applied for over 300 jobs at this point. I've known for 3 months and I've still not got a job to go to. You either get ghosted, they say no sorry, but don't give you any feedback, or nothing. Just nothing. How are people getting jobs nowadays? I just don't understand what's going on. Is there less jobs or is there more people needing jobs? I am sat here. I finished at about 12:30 at lunchtime. I'm sat here and I'm like, what do I do with myself? There's never been a time where I've not had a job. I don't know what to do with myself. I'd love to be a content creator full time, but I'm just not that funny. And I feel like you either need to be funny or have a really traumatic experience. And I'm neither. And even if I did have a traumatic experience, I wouldn't be putting it all over the internet. But you know what I mean? I feel like I'm not funny, so can't be a content creator. But having said that, TikTok content will be up in because I'll be doing days in the lives while I'm off work. See what I get up to.
How come it's so hard to find a job in data analysis these days? First of all, guys, you have to understand all the people in tech that are being laid off because of AI, that are losing their jobs, that are being replaced. Well, they do have the skills to work as a data analyst. So, of course, they're going to apply. So you are competing against those. But not just that, people in business, people in finance, they also can apply for a job in data analysis. So what's the solution? The solution is there's different type of data analysis. So you should specialize yourself. If you're in finance, like be a financial data analyst. Focus yourself into the finance field. If you like databases and you're really good at SQL, well, learn SQL really well and learn all about databases. If you like to build dashboards, then focus on Power BI and building amazing dashboards. Because in a team, let's say you're a team of 4, each of you has an expertise that is needed.
You know, one thing that really irks my soul, because I feel like this is not talked about enough on TikTok. Y'all know that moment when you are literally scrolling on LinkedIn and you see one of those people talking about, oh, we're hiring, just send me over your resume, yada, 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 whatever. There's an opportunity that pops up, right? So I go out of my way, and not just me, because I know other people do it too. You literally sit there and craft up a whole email, put your resume, put your portfolio, put everything in there. You never hear back from them ever. Like, I cannot simply get a little, oh, thank you, or we've moved on with other candidates type of email. No updates, no nothing. And please don't get me started on actual job applications, because I've literally been applying to different jobs. And what do I hear? Nothing back. And listen, on these job applications, I'm not over here winging it either. I've literally done career coaching, and on top of that, I've sat down with my professors, I've sat down with people that have worked in HR, and I've sat down with even a founder and asked him, what does he look at when he looks at resumes? I've literally crafted my resume based on my experience, my degree, and everything that I have going for me. All of my experience. So I know it's pretty solid, okay? And on top of that, I've taken my time to also include my professional portfolio as well for everything that I've done in the past year. And so when I apply to these jobs, I make sure my qualifications match their qualifications, because I'm not out here applying to a software engineer position if I literally have a BBA in business management. So when I click on these roles, I know that I'm qualified for them. So if you know I have the experience, the skills, the portfolio to show off those skills, right? And the passion, somehow it's giving no response. Like, at this point, I really don't understand what companies want from me. Like, do you want my blood type, my horoscope? You want a letter of recommendation from Beyonce? Like, I just feel like the hiring processes are literally, like, so cold. Like, even the bare minimum could just be like, hey, thanks, we're just gonna go in a different direction. But no, you hear nothing but crickets. I just wish that a lot of companies would just take the time to acknowledge the people that have taken their time to apply to your job. And truthfully, I feel like it's that simple. I feel like it's really discouraging on top of that, because you know that you're doing everything that you possibly could do right. You're literally over here sitting, like, networking, building your skills, actually putting in that work. And I know I'm not the only one that this is happening to, so for one, you're not the problem, I'm not the problem, the system is. And last but not least, just to back up my argument, me and my friend both applied to the same job and did not hear back at all. We even sat there and sent a follow-up email on both accounts, both emails that we have, sent a follow-up email, have not heard anything. And that company that we applied for is a bigger company in the Detroit area. If you know, you know. Anyway, this is my rant for today. I just am very frustrated.
I'm just gonna take a little quick break from cleaning, but I just want to come on here and rant a little bit. Anybody else relate to, like, struggling to find jobs right now? Because goddamn, I was literally unemployed for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. But I've talked to so many people recently that have been telling me that they've been unemployed for like 5 months or so, and I'm like, they can't find jobs and they keep applying, and I'm like, dude, I applied to like 70 jobs in a matter of a month and I haven't heard back from any. And the ones that do get back to me are literally just like rejection emails. You're like, oh, like, we found a more qualified candidate, whatever. Like, I understand there's a lot of competition and stuff, but damn, like, I'm qualified too, bro, you know? Like, I'm applying because I'm qualified. I'm overqualified for your damn job. It just sucks. Like, I really want to work and shit, and I mean, I have a job right now. Obviously, like I said, I'm working overnights. As you could tell, I look like fucking shit every day, but it sucks. Like, even the job right now where I'm at is like pretty crappy. I mean, I'm working like 3 or 4 hours. That's not gonna do, you know? So I'm still looking myself, but damn, like, it's so hard to find jobs right now. I have an interview coming up for AT&T. Has anybody ever worked for AT&T? So let me know how that went. I'm like, I got bills to pay, bro. Damn.
I saw a post where someone said that you're better off just following your dreams than actually being employed. And the way the job market is set up, that is so true. So, like, you just might as well do that.
I got laid off last December, and the worst part about not having a job is not what most people would think it is. It's not the fact that I am not making enough money. It's not the fact that I don't have anywhere to go. It is the insane guilt that I wake up with and go to bed with every single night. It is the fact that even on a weekend, I feel more relieved because my responsibility to find a job ceases on the weekend, you know, because if nobody else is working on the weekend, then I'm allowed to not have a job on the weekend. But the second Monday rolls around, the guilt is back. The guilt is back. And I don't think enough people talk about this, and it never goes away. And it feels fully like it's your fault, no matter how many times you're applying for jobs, no matter how qualified you are for what you're applying for. Just guilt. I just feel insanely guilty, like I have done something wrong or am doing something wrong. So you can't even enjoy your days off. And I think that just says a lot about our society and the value that we place on working. And don't get me wrong, like, I still have side hustles and stuff, right? But it's that guilt of not having that 9-to-5 structure. It's the same way I would feel if I had a part-time job right now with a degree. It's just guilt. It's sick. It's sick, and I wish I could unlearn it. I wish I could not know what it's felt. I've worked every single day since I was like 16 years old. So not having a job feels like I'm letting someone down because of the guilt. And I'm going crazy a little bit, I think. So let me know if you have any recommendations.
I can totally relate to this right now. When you are unemployed, and especially if you are a hard worker and you are not lazy whatsoever, you feel as if you are not adding anything to society as a whole. And you feel very guilty because of that. You are used to working. You are used to working overtime. You are used to working a job and a half. You know, if you are used to working and then you don't have a job, it is demoralizing. It can put someone down so quickly. And the longer you go without having a job, you get depressed. And especially the more that you try and you still can't find a job, the more effort you put in and you still cannot work and you still have no callbacks, no interviews. It is the most frustrating thing. Very demoralizing, I'm telling you.
If you have a job, you better hold on to it. Now is not the time to quit your job because you think you're going to become a popular influencer and content creator tomorrow. Sis, if you are not already making money with that business on the side, keep your job, okay? If you have a decent job, but you can make money elsewhere, get that offer letter in writing and signed before you quit your job. If you're really serious about starting that business, becoming a content creator, make sure you can monetize. Make sure you've made at least $10,000 through content, through brand partnerships, through a digital product before you quit their job. A lot of y'all have no plan and think that you're gonna quit a job in this economy. No, I wouldn't recommend it. And that is 100% some financial advice. Do not quit your job without a plan, without some real motion, without some real money, without some real dollars behind your effort elsewhere, okay? Don't quit your job. Hold on to it as long as you possibly can, unless you are.
How you doing, TikTok? This is Jay, from Rochester, New York, 585. I wanted to be sure I made this video today because I know there's a lot of people on here that could potentially relate to what I'm about to deliver today in this message. If you have a job, do not quit. Stay with your job. I'm telling you, the job market right now is so difficult where it's very hard to get a job. Mind you, this is a person speaking on 4 to 5 years of a career in sales, 4 to 5 years of finance experience, also customer service, money management, things of that nature. I also have an associate's degree in clinical psychology, my own reliable transportation. I moved 15 hours to Atlanta. I applied to over 100 jobs in Atlanta, 100 jobs in Rochester, New York, through LinkedIn, Indeed, company websites, calling, following up, going into dealerships, just asking for an opportunity. Can I speak with a finance manager? Can I speak with a sales manager just for a possible opportunity? If you have a job right now, do not quit. I tried to explain to my mother and my father that right now is nowhere near like it was back then. I promise you, it's way harder. I am a 2020 COVID graduate. If anyone can relate to me, you graduated high school, you were thrown into the real world, and you just had to find a way. I know there's a lot of people out here that can relate to my situation and my problem right now. Listen, I'm doing my social media, I'm doing my content thing, and this is not taking off right now. I know it will. Give me about 6 months to a year. I know I will be known and I will be famous and I will have a household name for myself. But for the time being, bills are still coming. Everything is still processing. If you have a job, do not quit because this job market is not good. If anyone knows anything that is hiring throughout the Atlanta area, throughout anywhere, I have no problem applying, things of that nature. Let me know. I am very motivated. I am very outgoing. I have an extrovert personality, family oriented. As you can see, I just left an interview to be a mortgage loan estimator or mortgage loan originator. Let me correct myself. And it's just as if if they are hiring, you're going on 2 to 3 interviews. If they are hiring, the start dates aren't for about a month or 2 out. If they are hiring, they have to go about 50 different candidates. They have to go through these people. If you have bills, bills don't stop for no one. Everything's getting more expensive. Everything's becoming more increased. People got to work. There's a lot of people sitting at home right now with talent that are not able to get a job. I have no criminal background history. I have a clean record as far as anything. I have my Maryland vehicle sales license as well. I am certified on multiple different vehicle brands, and I'm open to being a leasing consultant for apartments. I'm open to real estate. I'm open to all things of different nature. I'm very outgoing. I've been on billboards, commercials, all things. If anyone can help with this problem, I know there's many people in my situation. Drop something in the comments. Please and thank you. Jay out. Talk soon.
I totally agree with this. And for context, this is in regards to a video that I made about how it's okay to accept a job with interim, even though it's not your dream job. Like, unemployment can make you feel like you're not worthy or capable, especially when you're just constantly questioning yourself. And then you start to feel like you're stuck in this loop of am I doing something wrong? Am I not good enough? Like, why am I not hireable when I'm literally doing all the right things? It's easy to internalize that negative energy and feel like you're dumb. Like, tell me I'm wrong, but like when you're unemployed, people treat you like you're dumb. And that coupled with the constant rejection, you start to wonder, like, am I actually dumb? Like, obviously not. It's obviously the system that's messed up, not us. But you really start to think that, and it really takes a toll on your mental health. All I'm saying is that a job is just a job, and we are worth so much more than our jobs. And sometimes it's okay to accept a job, even though it's not like the perfect one or, you know, the one that you want right now, because it can boost your mental health. And it did for me. Like, obviously this is not the job I envisioned myself being in for like the rest of my life, but it's something for now. And at the same time, like, I feel like a weight and stress has been lifted off my shoulders a little bit. I have health insurance. I'm bringing some money in. I'm able to afford basic necessities. I can do fun things again. And obviously there's a huge caveat to this. I'm not saying accept some kind of toxic job or something that's gonna like deteriorate your mental health. But like, this job market sucks, and it's like sometimes you just gotta take what you can. In my opinion, I feel like it's easier to find a job once you already have a job. Like, obviously there's an asterisk that goes along with this. Like, the job search process is already so stressful, but once you have a job, it kind of takes some of the stress out of it, and it makes it a little bit easier. Not to negate the whole like unemployment and job search process, but it does make things a little bit easier. At least it has for me.
It's not a surprise that you can't find a job. I'm trying to tell you right now, this is the beginning of the artificial intelligence, let's just call it nosedive. Entry-level jobs are disappearing all over the place. People who just graduated, I know you guys are struggling to find a job. That's not gonna stop. I want to be pretty honest with you. What you're experiencing is the beginning of the artificial intelligence wave of destruction. Even the CEO of Anthropic had to admit that in an interview with Axios. Go read that article. It's available now. They talked about it on Morning Joe on the news. So if they talked about it on the news with the old timers, what do you think about the seriousness of this situation? People are asking all the time, what should you do? Here's my honest answer. Focus on people-based experiences. Learn how to start building stuff with your hands. The artificial intelligence wave is here.
Go get a job. Where? Where the fuck am I supposed to apply at? Where? Nobody wants me. Nobody.
If you in a position where you can't find a job, you didn't apply to many places and you just cannot find work, that spirit telling you that you become the job at that point. It's not about finding work no more. Obviously, like, how many times you gonna do some shit and ain't gonna get the results that you looking for? Einstein said that insanity is doing something over and over and expecting a different result. And that used to be me so bad. I used to always like, damn, I can't find a job. Like, that's programmed in us. When whole time we have enough in us to start our own shit instead of going to start somebody else's shit.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.